Hello everyone and welcome to Sandra's Crafting Corner. If you would, please subscribe to my channel and ring that bell. Also like, comment, and share. This week's video is part of the Chic for Cheap challenge hosted by Christy from Christy Creates and her co-host Nicole from The Week's Nest. I'll have their channels listed below in the description box as well as the playlist. The items you'll need will be listed in the description box below. The item that I will be trying to dupe today is this lamp from Kirkland's, and they wanted $59.99 for it. Let's see if I can bring that price down just a little bit. Now on to the DIY. To start off, I'm going to use this plaque that I got from the thrift store. They came in a 3-pack for only $1. I have found that this classic caramel is really close to the color of gingerbread. I only need to paint the top before you get to the routed edge. I will end up having to do 3 coats. Using the color Truffle by Waverly, I'm going to paint the sides and the bottom of this sign. Using my Cricut and contact paper from the Dollar Tree, I made this stencil. Once again, using the truffle color from Waverly, I'm going to stencil on the words. Right here is where I realized that I should have left some more excess on the outsides of the letters. That would have prevented me from getting paint where I didn't want it. I always peel my stencils up when the paint is still wet. Chalk paint has a tendency to flake if you let it dry. After I weed out the letters, I'm going to fix the mistakes that I made because I didn't leave the excess room. Using this white paint pen with the fine nib, I'm going to go around where the caramel meets the truffle paint. Using a different paint pen, I'm going to make the little swirls on the top and the bottom of the sign. Also with my Cricut, I printed out these peppermints and started coloring in the red part before I realized I wasn't recording. With this red puff paint, I'm going to color in the little dots on the sign. I'm going to paint one of these faux candies in every other space. Now using the green puff paint from Dollar Tree, I'm going to paint in the other empty spaces. I will do this on both the top and bottom. Now it's time to make the lantern. I take four 4x6 picture frames from the Dollar Tree and remove everything from the frame. I know you've seen these a million times, so please just bear with me. I will also remove these things that hold everything in. Next, I will start assembling the lantern. I will be using this Fix-All adhesive from the Dollar Tree, as well as my glue gun. Make sure not to put the hot glue in with the Fix-All adhesive. They are not friends. Now I'm going to put the glass back in, adding a little dot of glue on each corner. Just to make it look a little more finished, I took this caulking from the Dollar Tree and put it in the creases and then wet my finger and then swiped it down the sides. This is the perfect way of getting the caulk to go on smoothly. Taking this black foam board from, bet you can't guess where, the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to extend it just slightly so that way it will fit on the bottom of the lantern. Next, you're just going to glue it down to the bottom of the lantern. First, I found a scrap piece of wood with these dimensions. Then I found this random piece of 1 1/4 inch PVC pipe. And finally, I found this 1 inch wooden dowel and measured at 23.5 inches high. We used a step bit until we got to the 1 inch mark to make the hole on the side of the PVC pipe 3 inches down from the top. Next step is to paint them all white with this white Adirondack chalk paint. Using the truffle paint again, mixed with a little bit of the white chalk paint, I'm going to make little swirls at the bottom of this board to make it look like the white icing is dripping down off the side of the board. To make the candy stripes on the wooden dowel, I'm going to take and cut one piece of tape in half. You're just going to take a piece of that tape and put it at an angle, and everything will fall into place as long as you keep it smooth. I left this next part in to show you what not to do. This hole is way too shallow. We used a straight bit for the router, but we didn't go deeper because I thought this would be good enough, but it wasn't, and it broke right when I was trying to take pictures of it at the end. So take my advice and make the hole almost all the way down to the bottom. Taking these two colors of puff paint again, I'm going to make little sprinkles all over the icing. Well, maybe not little sprinkles. I had 2 of these green bingo daubers that were completely dried up, so I took the caps off of them because I couldn't find any green ornaments at Dollar Tree. See, it's not hoarding if you use it. Now I'm going to take 2 of these eye hooks and put them 5 1/4 inches apart, and then I will do the same for the pole right above it. Using 5 lengths of chain on each side that I found in the garage, I'm going to put that on and hook those eye hooks to the other eye hooks. This is how we'll hang the sign. Once all of the caulking is dry, we're going to take this truffle paint and paint all of the frames. Taking the full roll of red duct tape, we're going to put the stripes on the big pole. I took one side of the duct tape and cut it at an angle. That way I could get it started right on the base without covering up the base. Just follow the natural curve all the way around until you get to the very top. Taking the classic caramel again, we're going to paint this piece of posterboard that I had left over from another project. You only need to go to about here. That took 3 coats as well. Once you're done with that, you're going to take the paper and cut 2 triangles with those dimensions and 2 triangles with these dimensions. What you can't see me doing here is I'm taping them together with my green masking tape. All I'm doing is making sure the sides are perfectly straight with each other and that the points meet at the very top. I did forget to mention that each triangle is 5 inches high. Just continue taping all 4 of them together in an alternating fashion. You're going to want a 5 1/2 next to a 6 1/4 each time. Once you get the 4th triangle on, you're going to then turn it into a cone and then place them together and put the masking tape on both sides. Now we're just going to trim off the excess tape. Using the Fix-All adhesive as well as my beautiful glue gun, I'm going to put the lantern on top of the PVC pipe. Using the matte red ornaments from the Dollar Tree, I'm going to put them on the top and all 4 sides. But first, we'll need to take the tops off as well as cut off the little piece that's protruding. Once this is done, we're just going to set it on top of the lantern like a hat. That way we can still access the battery for the votive candle. Last but not least, we need to add this ribbon to the pole as well as make a bow out of it. I'm simply going to make a double loop bow here. All I'm going to do is cut off about 12 inches off of 3 pieces of ribbon. You simply glue the ends to 2 of these ribbons. Then I will crisscross them and add a little dab of glue. Taking the tails, I'm going to fold them at an angle and then add a little dab of glue. Using a small scrap of the ribbon, I'm going to make the center knot. I'm going to glue it down on the back, on the top and the bottom. Next, I will dovetail my ribbon by folding it in half and then cutting towards the point from the folded edge. Once that's finished, I will add a nice sized dollop of glue on the back of the bow and then glue it to the pole. And this project is finished. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. And now it's time for the comparison. Kirkland's wanted $59.99 for theirs, and I made mine for less than $15. Don't forget to check out Christy and Nicole's channels. I will have them listed down below, as well as the playlist for this challenge. If you're new here and like what you saw, please consider subscribing to my channel and ringing that bell to be notified of my future videos. If you're not new here, welcome back. Would you please like, comment, and share my video? Thank you, and take care.